In fact, there's a very popular saying, wherever you go, you will be horrible because you are there. Because you are there with the same. Hi friends, welcome back to your channel. Sales is always fun. Last week, I met my ex-colleague. He is presently heading a division in a large organization. He is heading the sales. And his division is about 2 years old. So when this division began about 2 years ago, they had recruited a team of about 30 people. The good thing is that all 30 people are still with them. And these 30 people were put into a classroom for 5 days where they were taught all the strategies in sales, techniques, processes, everything was taught to them, and they were then let to go in the field with the product knowledge also. And as a habit, what this team does is that every Friday from 4 to 6, they all meet up on a video conference. They start discussing about the various strategies, techniques and processes, and also what competition does, and all this they discuss for about an hour too. So my friend was telling me, see, out of this 30 people, 5 are top performers consistently. But when it comes to these Friday meetings, everybody contributes. Even the non-performers contribute. So which means that despite having the complete knowledge of sales process, techniques, strategies, still they are not performing. So he was asking me, what do I do? So then I got to him and told him, when it comes to sales, it's 70% in the mind and 30% is all your sales processes, strategies and techniques. So we shall discuss what is mind, what is mindset, subconscious mind, all this in another episode in length. In sales, you come to the sales professions, you see some people keep switching jobs quite frequently. If you actually look into the deep root analysis, you will find that the cause is more or less the same everywhere. And that's the reason why they keep changing. In fact, there's a very popular saying, wherever you go, you will be horrible because you are there. Because you are there with the same mindset. I'm sure you will agree with me on this. As sales professionals, we need to have a different kind of a mindset. It is not like other professions. Say you are an auditor or a lawyer or in law profession. Your mindset is to find faults. But in sales, the rules of the game are very different. And this profession is a little tough. Maybe on a typical day, you may start from your home, may not be in the best of your moods. You go to office, your boss might eat your head. After that, you make a couple of calls. They may not go well. But the next call after that, you are expected to go with a smiling face, which we all know is tough. By the way, I recently came across a study which says that people who kiss their spouse and leave their home for work have very little chance of getting involved in an accident, and the chances of having a good day is very high. Well, that's a study that came to me. Rest, you won't have doubts, maybe you can experiment. Coming back to the mindset for sales professionals. The recommended mindset is the flexible mindset. Now, how to develop a flexible mindset? We will look into that in a different episode altogether. People, professionals with the flexible mindset have a great amount of confidence. They know who they are. Their self-awareness is also very high. And for a sales professional, this is very important. Because when you meet a customer, you should never have an inferiority complex. Whether it's the CEO or a helper in the organization. Because when it comes to large deals, you will have to talk to different people in different stages. So you will have to treat them all as equals. If, for example, you meet a CEO and you get overwhelmed, your communication suffers. Similarly, if you meet somebody down the line and you think you're superior, your communication will again be the same and the customer will not enjoy that. So you will have to treat the customer as equal to you, whoever he or she may be. She may be the CEO, she may be the president, prime minister, head of state, anybody. Because at the end of the day, he or she is a human being like you and I. They breathe, they see, they hear, all like you and I do. They eat like you and I do. So they are just another human being. Well, they may be masters in the field, you are master in your field. So never ever get overwhelmed when you meet top officials. Treat them as equals, not just the top officials, people down the line also. Treat everybody as equals. Next, when you have a confidence in you, you also get the feeling that yes, I deserve success. Now, what does that translate for a sales professional when you say I deserve success? When you walk into a deal, two things happen. One, you walk into a deal telling the customer that I am not here to sell you. You can boldly say that. That's the attitude you walk in. You tell him, yes, I am from XYZ, I do ABC. Now, this is what we offer. Now, as of now, I am not sure if my offering will suit your needs. Maybe we'll discuss it out and find it out. This is very important. This attitude is very important because the customer, the moment he sees a salesperson, there is a resistance built by him. The moment you say that I am not here to sell you, let's understand if my product serves you, yes, we will take things forward. So that means the wall is broken and the customer is willing to open more to you. He's willing to invite you in for a discussion. The other thing that happens is when you have that attitude, yes, I deserve success, is that especially when you're handling large deals, you have the confidence that you can make it. Because I've seen several sales professionals, the moment they come across a large deal, they become nervous. Am I capable enough to handle it? Am I fit enough to handle it? These doubts in their mind ensure that they do things which jeopardize the deal for them. So this attitude saying that I deserve success is very, very important for a sales professional. Professionals with flexible mindset are very creative and flexible. What it means for a sales professional is that when you meet the customer, when you are talking to him, you can look at options which are outside the box. And when you talk to the customer, even if your customer's stance is different from yours, you appreciate his stance. And you work around being flexible to go to him with what he wants. And you can also, which also enables you to offer him ABC solutions. Because every customer at the end of the day feels happy when he's given a choice to choose. So when you are able to give him 3-4 options, the customer is also happy. Professionals with flexible mindset tend to have a very high EQ, emotional quotient. So what happens because of a very high EQ is, one, they can empathize with the customer. They can look at things from the customer's shoes, so which the customers appreciate very high. Number two, they are also good listeners, which means they will listen to the customer without being judgmental. Two, they will also be asking customers questions so that the customer opens out and comes out with actual problems. So the customer is willing to discuss with the sales professional what his actual issues are, because here is somebody who is willing to listen to me non-judgmental. Because the EQ is high, these professionals do not go on the defensive or offensive. The moment the customer starts eating their head or has a severe difference of opinion, both of them walk in two different directions, they have the ability to remain calm and work around with the customer. This is very important for any sales professional, because this is why some of the sales professionals tend to blame the customer, saying the customer is no good, I don't get this done. It is not the customer's fault. And of course, because EQ is high, they tend to understand the customer better. They tend to understand what customer is looking for. Customers WIIFM, what is in it for me? What the customer is looking for. He will be able to, the professional will be able to understand that. The sales professional with a flexible mindset will be able to understand that, and he will be able to package his offering, addressing the customer's WIIFM, what is in it for me, what the customer is going to benefit out of it. Because at the end of the day, customer is not bothered what you do, what you sell. He looks purely from his point of view as to how it benefits. So he is good enough to package it in such a way that the customer gets exactly what he wants. He understands what he wants. The other characteristics of a person with a flexible mindset is that they are okay to be not to be okay. Now, sales is a game of rejections. People will reject you, people will say no to you. This is a continuous ongoing process. And professionals with flexible mindset know that it is not a rejection or no to them. It doesn't impact them at all. It is a part of the job and they happily take it and walk along with it. Professionals with flexible mindset are lifelong learners. They are continuously learning. What is a professional? As a sales professional, you are expected to learn something new, put it to practice, improve on it, and again put it to practice. And learning is a never-ending game because one, you have to learn about your products, your market, your competition products, and your also people products available which are more or less parallel to yours. People may not be directly competing with you. Like for example, if you are selling a camera, you also need to know what is happening in the mobile phone market. What is the cameras offered there? How good, how bad, how superior, inferior they are. So as a professional, you are expected to know all this. Not just your products, including your competition products also. People with flexible mindset take responsibility. What do you mean by that is, one, they just don't complain. As a sales professional, we have a lot of things to complain. We have the government, we have the competition, we have the customer, we have our own internal marketing team, product team, support team, logistic team. We can blame n number of people for everything. But professionals with flexible mindset take responsibility. They just don't sit and cry, oh, this went wrong, that went wrong. On the contrary, they take responsibility and they say, let me see what I can do. Let's work it out together instead of sitting and crying. Because this is a fantastic feeling. I would suggest, next a month, for a period of a month, let's all try this out. Don't complain. Now, we have been used to complaining. So what happens is, initial few times when you get by, you are on your own complaining, just catch your mind. He said, man, you're complaining, stop it. So you just keep doing this for a period of month. Whenever you complain, tell yourself, no, don't do this, stop it. Let's not complain. I am not going to complain. I am going to take the responsibility. Come what may, yes, I will take responsibility. Let us work on it. Take the responsibility. Stop complaining. End of every day, go back, sit in your bed, just before you hit the bed, sit in the bed and rerun the whole day, what happened, and see where all you complained. And probably then you can tell your mind continuously, no, next time I should not be complaining. You should tell yourself, when this happens, I will not complain. Let me look at it like this. Let me take the responsibility. Let me work on it. Let me do this. Let me do that. Take the responsibility. Don't complain. Just try it out. In a span of 10-15 days, you will feel great when you start doing this. Because the moment you start working on it, your confidence goes up. You start loving yourself better, saying that, yes, I have done it. I have taken the responsibility. I have closed it. Okay. So that's it for this week. When you tell your customer, sir, you need to sign this contract, I'm sure you would have found that customer is taking a step backward. Do you know why? The statement of yours saying, dear Mr. Customer, you need to sign this contract. Very simple. All of us use this. But this, the moment you say, look at the customer, he will step back. Why it happens? We will see it in the next episode. And if you want to be notified about it, please press the bell button and the subscription button. Thank you. Bye.